Cinderella. Cinderella lived with her stepmother and 2 sisters, and she was very unhappy. They made her scrub the floors, cook, and do all the hard work in the house. Most times Cinderella only had rags to wear, while her stepsisters were always dressed up looking like princesses. They went to lots of parties and had all the fun. Poor Cinderella! She had to sleep in the kitchen, and no one was kind to her. You see, Cinderella's mother had died, and her father married another wife who was very unkind. She also had 2 daughters who were very pretty, but just as mean as their mother. Shortly after that, Cinderella's father died too, leaving her stepmother to take care of her. But her stepmother and her 2 daughters treated Cinderella very badly. One day, the king made a royal proclamation. He was seeking a bride for his son, and so all the young ladies in the kingdom were invited to a special ball. Cinderella's stepmother was delighted to hear this. She was hoping one of her daughters would be chosen by the prince for his bride. No one thought about Cinderella. But deep in her heart, she wanted to go to the ball. She did not think she was pretty enough for the prince to choose her, but she wanted to see inside the palace, and to have some fun feasting and dancing like everyone else. As the time for the ball came near, Cinderella asked her stepmother if she could go. "What would a little servant girl like you be doing at a ball?" her stepmother asked, looking at her as if she was crazy. But every girl in the kingdom is invited." "Certainly not you. Do you think the prince would want to marry someone like you?" her stepmother asked, laughing. "And where would you get clothes to wear?" one of the stepdaughters asked, pointing at Cinderella's shabby dress. "Get back to the kitchen where you belong," her stepmother told her. Cinderella could hear them laughing as she left the room. The evening of the ball arrived, and Cinderella had to comb her stepsisters' hair, powder their faces, and fix their dresses. She watched them go off in a splendid coach. Cinderella was left all alone. She sat by the fire and wept. She missed her mother and father. How she wished had someone who cared for her. Suddenly the place lit up, and she saw a woman dressed in blue, and with a wand in her hand standing before her. "Hello, Cinderella," she said. "I am your fairy godmother." Cinderella blinked. She did not know she had a fairy godmother until now. "You're a good girl, Cinderella, and I have come to help you go to the ball." Cinderella's heart leapt with joy. "But how?" she asked. "Don't worry. See if you can find 7 mice and a large pumpkin and bring them to me at once," her fairy godmother said. Cinderella hurried and quickly found them. Her fairy godmother touched them with her wand, and immediately the pumpkin turned into a coach, and 6 of the mice became white horses, and the 7th one became the coachman. "But I don't have any clothes," Cinderella said. "Just you wait," her godmother said as she touched Cinderella with her wand. Immediately she had on the most gorgeous gown that made her look so beautiful. "Oh, godmother, I feel like a princess." "And you look like one too, and I'm sure the prince will want to dance with you." "But I cannot dance," Cinderella said. "You will tonight," her godmother said, and she waved her wand again. A beautiful pair of glass slippers appeared, and Cinderella put them on. "Now remember, the magic will only last until midnight, so you must leave the ball before the clock strikes 12. "I will," Cinderella promised, as she happily set off for the ball. When Cinderella arrived at the ball, everyone was taken in with her beauty, and her stepmother and sisters did not recognize her. The prince could not take his eyes off of her, and he danced with her all night. "I think our son has found his bride," the queen said. "It seems so," said the king. "I wonder who she is and where she is from." Cinderella was enjoying herself so much. She was not watching the clock until it began to strike midnight. "Oh no," she said to the prince. "I must go right away." Before the prince could stop her, Cinderella was running as fast as she could down the stairs. In her hurry to get away, one of her beautiful glass slippers fell off. The prince stopped and picked it up. When he looked up, Cinderella was gone. He was heartbroken because he had fallen in love with a beautiful stranger. So he sent his men all over the kingdom to find the girl whose foot the slipper fit. She was the only one he wanted to marry. The men searched far and wide, but did not find anyone whose foot the slipper fitted. Finally, they came to the stepmother's house. Quickly, she had her 2 daughters try on the slipper, but no matter how hard they tried, their feet did not fit into it. "Is there another girl living in this house?" one of the prince's men asked. "Only a maid, and I'm sure the slipper will not fit her," the stepmother said. "Still, go and fetch her. The prince says every girl in the kingdom must try it on." Reluctantly, the stepmother sent for Cinderella, and she and her daughters watched in surprise when Cinderella's foot easily went into the slipper. It fitted her perfectly. The men took Cinderella with them back to the palace, and the prince asked her to marry him, and they lived happily ever after. As for her wicked stepmother and 2 daughters, they had to work as maids in the palace for the rest of their lives. Hi, my name is Natalie Lawton. I'm so happy you're listening to this story with me. If you like this story, please click the like button below. Please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to watch our new video coming next. You may also find us anytime at our website, www.jonathanjeremy.com. See you.